The Syncretion of Polarization and Extremes, Part 27, Tajikistan, Role of Polarization in the Life of an Individual and Society, Transposing Emblem by Nigina Kanunova. The development of an individual, society, a country, as well as humanity is, from a philosophical point of view, impossible without polarization. Polarization, wherever it may be, is a completely natural impetus for movement and development, a search for a way out of what seems to be an impasse. It's hard enough to talk about polarization and personality without touching on everything that is happening around us. Here is a simple example. Recently my country was on the verge of peace and chaos. A civil war that broke out in the country destroyed the peaceful life of society as a whole, inflicting quite significant damage on everyone without exception. Remember the popular quotation, "Is it impossible to live in society and be free from society?" This is the case. No one can say that we are outside of society and outside the life of society. Not long ago we were in the same situation, but today we are worlds apart. This abyss has been formed everywhere, in families, in society, in the world. On one side of the scale you, on the other everyone else. It's a shame that often we do not try to understand each other, although every rational person is aware that life without each other is simply impossible. It is impossible to touch polarization with your hands or taste it. It can only be felt or experienced by us. Just an example. My mother was fond of painting, but never painted pictures. She taught literature in an institution of higher education. The war has greatly changed her attitude and perception of the world. She began to create paintings, poems, stories, articles. Her first exhibition took place within 6 months. Later she was told by some friend of hers, "If you didn't go into deep creative work, you would have just gone crazy." As we can see, intuitively, she found the right way out of two polarized worlds. Society also lives constantly in search of a way out. Agreed, it happens that we make mistakes. It happens that this mistaken choice is also delayed. But there is always hope that reason will prevail over recklessness. For instance, in Afghanistan, after 40 years of war, the people still cannot come to the opposite point, the pole that is called peace, which will bring tranquility and joy, smile and love into public life and into the life of every representative of the country. Everyone chases happiness, but do we really know what it is? Sometimes it seems that we are the only creatures in the world who cannot answer this question. The number of military conflicts, wars around the world, violence, cruelty, humiliation can serve as proof of my words. Sometimes happiness oversteps the bounds of decency. We get greedy and want more and more in unacceptable ways and have an unbound appetite. A hankering for power and money leads to the destruction of the individual and society as such. We chase happiness and forget to be human. We hurt and stop thinking. But the first rule in every chase is to remain human. Freedom is doing what you like. But there is a huge difference between freedom and permissiveness that can turn us into monsters. Opposites always attract, and thus we get the desired result. Even in romantic relationships, friendship, we often become attracted to people we have nothing in common with. Though it is a complicated issue, and we should consider many aspects including age, sometimes religion, loneliness, psychology, and even financial matters, but nevertheless, only through trial and error we are able to achieve the intended effect and find true soulmates and friends, per aspera ad astra. Here are some more examples of polarization. The doctor of philosophy works as a bus driver. The doctor of agricultural science works as a sanitary technician. The owner-seller of a small store has 2 university degrees, both diplomas with honors. My uncle, a PhD candidate in biology, had to leave his scientific work and start to work at a secondary school for reasons beyond his control, due to circumstances in society. What happens in society? and in the life of each individual member when we meet with such seemingly incomprehensible situations. There is the usual search for a way out of the impasse in which people are driven by circumstance. Yes, a philosopher could possibly bring more benefits in the field of philosophy, and a biologist could make a big contribution in biology. It often happens that life breaks us, or frankly speaking, we break each other. But these things past cannot be recalled. For good or for ill, we made our choice. Life circumstances force us to take this step. My uncle was all about science. He wrote many scientific articles. He was an amazingly knowledgeable person in his field. He could bring so much benefit to the country in terms of forestry development. But reasons and circumstances that didn't depend on his opinion and will turned everything in a different way. The world is so boundless and beautiful. It is important for us to recognize it and strive to learn it, discover it for ourselves and others. Hence life without polarization would simply come to naught. It is like a battery with two contacts, plus and minus, that depend on each other. We cannot get the desired result without both of them, current, light, etc. No seed, no sprout. But the seed will not germinate without irrigation and sun. In this polarized world, we must go to each other to meet with peace and smile, to bring good, not evil. Then we will feel that we are needed on this small planet Earth. We are different, polar opposites in many ways, in views and language, in customs and traditions, in faith and color, but we are the unified whole in one thing. We are humanity. Carl Sandburg, an American poet, wrote in his poem The People Yes in 1936, "I am credulous about the destiny of man. I believe more than I can ever prove, of the future of the human race and the importance of illusions, the value of great expectations. I would like to be in the same moment an earthworm, which I am, and a rider to the moon, which I am." Here you have a whole bunch of opposites in the life of society: the destiny of man and the future of humanity, illusions and expectations, an earthworm and an astronaut. Is it possible to throw out one devoting oneself entirely to the other? Absolutely not. Each of us has their own destiny, but also hopes for the future of mankind. Life without illusions is also impossible, as well as without high expectations carrying something new, as well as the realization of hopes. Remember the words of Chief Seattle: "The earth doesn't belong to man, man belongs to the earth." All things are connected, like the blood that unites one family. Man didn't weave the web of life, he's merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. The earth is sacred, and man and animals are but one part of it. Treat the earth with respect, so that it lasts for centuries to come, and is a place of wonder and beauty for our children. Man, in essence, is tied to Mother Earth, on which he was born and lives. I am an earthworm. But on the other hand, man is directed toward the cosmos, which gradually reveals its secret. The aspiration to reach the sky is a quite understandable desire of a person seeking to self-search and know another world, the world of the cosmos. I am an astronaut. Whatever we do and wherever we go, let us meet each other with kindness. Let us be responsible for our actions. Let us be careful with the hearts and dreams of each other. All we need is courage to be what we are and to follow our true destination. It is not a place but a way of looking at life and Mother Earth.